Hey, it's Paul. Welcome back to B&B Talk. You know what I need you to do? Hit that subscribe button. All right, I'm going to jump right into things. This is a big episode. First thing we see is Maya showing off that humongous ring that Rick gave her. And everybody's impressed. Even Brooke is there, and Julius and Vivian and Nicole. Now, Julius jumps into one of his stories, but he tells the story about when he asked for Vivian's hand in marriage. In fact, he makes a point of actually rubbing in Rick's face that he went to her father to ask, and Rick, apologizes, and Julius tries to look benevolent by saying, it's okay, and he gives the couple his blessing. Now, Maya seems thrilled with this, and obviously Vivian doesn't know what he's up to, neither does Nicole. And then we see Brooke reach out to Maya, and it's actually really nice. After the friction between the two of them when she found out that Maya was transgender, everything seems to be water under the bridge because she gives her blessing and the two seem to be getting along, and it's really nice. And Rick even helps things out by telling them that the wedding's going to happen a lot sooner. Now the Avants are a little worried because they've got a ticket that sends them back home and it's expensive for them to come back out, but Rick offers to pay for that ticket. And Julius almost sees this as a sign of things to come because not only does he accept it, but in private he tells Vivian that he's been hiding his true feelings and he's really interested in the Forsters' wealth. And he goes one further and says he's trying to impress Rick. And Julius even scoffs at the fact that Rick could have had any woman, and he said, but he chose Maya. And he says he's actually doing me a favor by taking her off my hands. So we see how cruel Julius really is. He then says to Vivian that he could even see them moving to LA and getting a little house, and that way he can keep an eye on Nicole. Julius says he's doing everything he's supposed to do, almost technically, to make it look like he supports Maya. And he gets really sarcastic and says if he hangs around LA long enough, maybe these LA people will rub off on him and he'll become like them. And at that point, he says, I'll probably want to accept Maya. So Julius is bucking for villain of the year. You can tell he's going to be bad news. After that, we see Steffy, and she tries to reach out to Allie again, and she asks her if she wants to toast with everybody else to the success of the show. And she instantly regrets it because Allie reminds her that she's a minor. Not only that, but Steffy remembers the circumstances under which Darla died, and she really regrets it. She then says, hey, what did you think of the showstopper? And Allie looks at her and says, does it even matter? And she walks away. Now after that we see Darla, and she's brewing up trouble again, and she says that Allie and Ivy are the only Forsters with any decency, and she urges her daughter to do something tonight. So we know something's going down. After that we see Allie, and yeah, she's up to no good, and she's not a mechanic either, but she's around a car with a nail. You get the drift. It's Steffi's car, and she punctures a hole in one of the tires, but it looks like it's going to be a slow leak. We then see Liam, and he's telling the group that online it looks like their collection is a hit. California Freedom is going to be a hit, and they're going to make good money, and everyone seems happy, and in fact they all want to celebrate. So there's going to be a party back at the Forster mansion. When Liam talks to Steffi, he asks her if it's a good idea to tell Ivy that they're over, and Steffi correctly tells him no, it's not a good idea to tell her this tonight, you have to wait for another night. And Liam agrees. Then we see Steffi, and she's driving towards the Forster mansion, and she calls Liam to say that she's on her way, and everything's starting to get going. Zenday's there, Nicole's there, they're playing some music, and it looks like it's going to be a fun night, but not for Steffi. After that we see her pull over with, yes, a flat, and she gets out of the car and she sees the nail in the tire. One of the last things we see is Ivy, and Ivy goes into Allie's room looking for her, and she sees that unholy shrine of hate and revenge towards Steffi, and she's alarmed. She brings Liam up and Wyatt up and shows them this, and Liam gets right on the phone and calls Steffi to tell her that she's in danger, but the phone is in her car and she's outside of the car and it rings. After that we see Allie, and she's getting her final instructions from her mom on all the havoc she's supposed to wreak, and then she flips on the lights, she floors it, and she starts driving towards Steffi, who looks like a deer in the headlights, and that's where we leave things. Can't wait to see what happens tomorrow. It's Paul, it's B&B Talk. Don't forget to check us out tomorrow. Thanks, and follow us on social media.